Success principle number 4 is believe it is possible. So the number one problem that keeps people from winning in the United States today is lack of belief in themselves. That was said by Arthur Williams. It says you get what you expect. Now, this is a great story of scientists used to believe that humans responded to information flowing into the brain from the outside world. But today they're learning that instead we respond to what the brain on its previous experiences expects to happen next. And even goes to talk about the story of some people who had knee surgery. And they actually performed knee surgery on some. On the others, they didn't. They just kind of pricked their knee. But these people, they expected that their knee was better. And guess what happened? As you can imagine, after rehab and everything, their knee improved, their pain improved when they actually didn't have the surgery. So it's that powerful of what our brain can do. And so you've got to believe. You've got to believe it is possible. When you do, it absolutely completely changes what's happening in your world. You can be anything you want to be if you only believe with sufficient conviction and act in accordance with your faith, or whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can advance, from Napoleon Hill. Another story about Tug McGraw happens to be the father of Tim McGraw, who was a baseball player, and he would always, bear down and he would strike out. But because Tug had conditioned his brain in the backyard, he had one of the best pitching averages. He eventually arrived where he believed that dream would be real. He pitched all the time in the backyard with his dad. And so he has a reputation of being a positive thinker for the New York Mets. He actually coined the phrase, "You've got to believe." He's the one during one of the team meetings when they were out there talking about it. And he said, when I'm out there on the mound, I've done it 1,000 times before because I've done it in the backyard with my dad. Believe in yourself and go for it. Sooner or later, those who win are the ones who think they can, from Richard Bach. And then we talk about a story of Tim Ferriss, who was a kickboxer. Now get this, all right? This is somebody, he won the national kickboxing title just 6 weeks after being introduced to the sport. It's because he believed he could win. And so when he's out there and about, on his final match, he closes his eyes, he visualizes defeating his opponent, and there he is in the first round. And later he says, most people fail not because of their lack or skills and their aptitude to reach their goals. They fail because they don't believe they can reach it, and he believes it and he wins. The last part of this section talks about the fact that it really helps if somebody believes in you first, and how important it is to believe in others, and, sharing that and spreading that good thought, and knowing that those who we are surrounded with have confidence as well. And when people that we are surrounded with have confidence in us, it's very, very powerful. We tell a story of a U.S. Olympian who was training, and his coach said to him, he said, "You can do this." He said, "Absolutely, get in front of the mirror, reach out in front of the mirror, no matter how bad it gets, say, I'm going to make it, I'm going to make it, I'm going to make it." And his coach prompted him to do this. And in fact, even after he had an injury, he continues to come back. And it says, it's amazing what happens to your self-confidence when you start to get eyeball to eyeball with yourself. And you say that in front of the mirror and you say it to yourself, you start to believe. So whatever your dream is, look in front of the mirror, say that, and absolutely believe that it is possible.